Hi, this is Brandon from Toys Equals Midlife Crisis Squared. Sorry about my couple of month absence. Life, opportunity, things just kept getting in the way. What this video, or what this segment is meant to convey is my apologies in advance. This next series of reviews are very angry because, to be fair, I just wasn't all that satisfied with the results of the product as they came in. I had high expectations and I was let down hard. So I apologize in advance. I hope you enjoyed this video. This particular video is more angry than some of the other ones, and I even attempt to apologize for it, but in the end, I suppose, you know, it turned out well. I was able to fix some of the problems, and we'll get into that too. But anyway, enjoy the video.
All right, so here I am back. It's been a hot minute since I've done a video, but you know, life happens, and I had to take a bit of a break. It just was very difficult to get things done. I still have a ton of videos in the pipeline, trust me, but I think I'm going to start here first and kind of work my way backwards. So as you can see, I've got the entire new line of good old G.I. Joe classified, and so we're going to do this one at a time. And so I was going to start with, like, you know, the ugly elephant in the room, but I don't feel like dealing with his sorry ass at the moment, so away with you, senor. I think I'm going to do Outback, just because that's I like Outback. I like me an Outback, so prepare thyself for the review of Outback. All right, so here we go. We are now going to open up Mr. Stewart Outback Selkirk, number 63 in the line. This is part of the new windowless boxing thing that they're now going to do away with, thankfully. There's a bunch of his stats, same as the other stats. Digital renders in the background, who cares? More artwork. I'm not a big fan of this particular style of artwork. I think it's kind of interesting, but it's a little too artsy for me in a way. Too loose details. And I do kind of like some aspects of it, but I don't think it really lends, in my opinion, in a sense of adventure. It's just kind of like, it's all right. I do want to point out, like, that this is the C3252A that they've been using, which have been terrible. Some of the worst figures. I mean, sometimes they get the paint apps right, but largely the limbs falling off. That is just, no, can't stand it. And I'm hoping against hope that I get a good figure on this guy, because I really like this guy, and I'm just hoping that the paint apps are not weird like I've seen, where he's got one huge eye and one really small eye, and where his arm pops off. I really don't want to deal with that. So without further ado, let's get him out the box. And there he is, out of the box. And I have to say, well, it looks pretty good to me, face-wise. Let's see if I can, you know me and my whole focus nonsense going on. Let's get some light on this guy. Well, let's see here. Nope, that was the end of that light. Boom, shaka-laka-laka-laka. And no fucking shit. Okay. Wasting an ass load of time here, but alright. This is nonsense. I'm so stupid. Well, I hope this isn't focused. It's super ass hard to tell. I'm using a new camera. This is D750 instead of a D500. But from what I can tell, what I'm allowed to see, man, alive. Now I'm beginning to remember why I stopped. All right. Okay. See if we can get some shining lights on his face. So far, to me, the paint apps look good on this version. That eye still looks, what you're looking at, his left eye, still looks a little bigger than I want it to be, but still kind of a lot better. There's this weird lopsidedness in the beard. I don't know, like he's got a smirk. It's really kind of weird. But, I mean, overall, not too terrible. Pinups are there. There is a couple of things I don't like what's going on. I can already tell when I took him out of the box that, like, his arm joint, like, it'll move freely this way, you know, and he can do that all nice and good. You know, he can get it going on. But, I haven't checked his leg joints, all smooth. Like, I mean, just right out of the box, you know. He can flex like this, not bad. Can move that head around pretty good. But these shoulder joints are bunk. They're just jammed shut. I saw another YouTuber who tried to move this up and just started to break off the peg from the inside and had to do all this ridiculous repair that he should never have had to do. I don't have the stomach for that. I don't. I don't have the stomach to go on repairing crap. That's just not gonna, the answer is no. I'm not gonna do it. I will send the sucker back if I end up having to do that. I'm gonna try my best to see what it is. My experience is that they're not paying any kind of attention to the mold when it comes off. So there's this stuff called flash, which is like bits of extra plastic that you can see inside the joint. And that's usually what causes these joints, these shoulder joints, to freeze up, and sometimes the leg joints. See, there's this, I can't show it here on camera very well. You can kind of see it. This is why I don't use my wife's camera, because it doesn't do well with close-up photography. All right. But there's this excess plastic bullshit, and I should not I mean, like, the butterfly joint works perfectly fine, but he could swivel obviously just fine, but he can't T-pose. If I T-pose him, I'm going to break the pegs that are in his arms, and I don't like that. They just do not move up and down. The movement that you're seeing is bending. That's not the joint moving. That is the plastic bending. And I just, that upsets me. Anyway, whatever.
Whatever. This is my United States of whatever.
Pig fuckery. All right. So the accessories are identical as the last time, except, you know, bits of different colored plastic. So the backpack is extremely well detailed, just like before. Whatever they're using for a mold is absolutely perfection. I wish they, you know, use this kind of care and skill with the rest of the figure, but, you know, hey, the backpack's awesome. The gun is less, I mean, his warpy, there's no doubt about it. It's a little warpy, but it's not rubbery like the Tiger Force version. It's pretty damn solid, and I don't know, I like it a lot better than the other one. I may actually let him keep his original weapon instead of trying to come up with a customized one. Wow, such an honor. Comes with his flashlight, just like he did the last time. It's got some nice shiny plastic in the center there to make it do something. Don't know. Gets a knife, same knife as before, except this time it's painted. So I can appreciate that. And again, harder plastic, not nearly the rubbery piece of filth the Tiger Force one was. Same thing with the magazine that can fit quite nicely into the little socket. Yay us. Gets a shovel. Again, a little warped, but not quite as rubbery. I'm good with that. And the pistol. It goes a pew pew. Again, same as the other one. Harder plastic. I like the darker color instead of the gray. Overall, not bad. You know what? I had to switch back to my camera. My wife's D750 was giving me too much trouble, and it just really wasn't worth the headache. So if you're looking at this video going, dude, what the hell happened? Why did things change? Well, that's why. But guys, fellas, I think I've just about fucking had it with this line. Yeah, that's right. Fuck this. Fuck that. Fuck it all. Fuck it all. Fucking brat. Okay. So, I've tried warming this sucker up. I tried everything under the damn sun, and I can't get these joints, the arm joints, to loosen up. And if I pull it any further, I know I'm going to break that wiggly ass peg that has his arms attached. Every other joint is looser than loose could be, and almost really the perfect ratio for me. I enjoy the ease at which I can move, you know, his arms, you know, yay, I can do the legs. It's super easy, and I love that. That's what I want. But this, like, ridiculous, frozen solid shoulder joints, you can't T-pose. And if I strain it, I know I'm going to break it, because I could sit there and I could see the peg wiggling around, and I'm like, I'm afraid to force it. And what is the point of calling Hasbro and saying, hey, I don't like this, so that they send me a figure I don't want? Or tell me, well, that's too bad for you, whatever. I really, really hope that they can somehow do better. But this wave is about as bunk as it gets, and it's aggravating. It's totally aggravating, and for the price point, we should not be having this aggravation. I mean, with taxes and sometimes shipping, these figures are $30. I can get a 7-inch NECA with 10 times the accessories, far more detail, maybe a little less articulation, but you don't have these problems, or at least I have not had these problems. I know there are other problems, like sometimes they're a bit more fragile and they can break, but never this, well, now I can't move it, and if I do move it, it gets screwed. They started off so damn well. They started off well. And you know what? We know this figure works because we have the Tiger Force version. So I suppose, whilst we're at it, let's compare with the Tiger Force version that is superior. All right, so I will show you what I mean. So with this guy, all right, see this shoulder? Boom, I can lift it with no problem. There's zero wiggliness on this part. It's solid as a rock. And I can move him in any way I want. And he's brilliant. One of the freaking best figures ever. This one, just it cannot be done. Okay? See, look, I can't lift it without bending that bicep. See how it's going to fucking break there? If I pull this any further, it's going to snap. It's going to snap that nasty little peg in there, and he'll be useless. It doesn't, I mean, the butterfly joint is ridiculous, but the shoulder joint just does not work. And I've tried jamming a razor blade or an X-Acto knife in there, and I just can't get it to get loose. I'm not even sure if putting lubricant in there is going to work, because I don't know what's causing it not to want to move. And I've tried to pull this arm off so I can get a closer look, and it won't work. I guess I should be thankful his arm doesn't pop off. Whatever. So that is my extraordinarily egregious gripe with this new Outback figure. Plus, I'm going to try to see if I can get close with this. Probably not. But I'm going to give it my all. Let's see if I've even got this set up the way it should be. Yeah, it is. Is it auto focus? Yeah. Okay. So, seeing if I can get his face into focus. Again, I like the paint app, but again, I think that his there's a lopsidedness to the beard, especially when you compare against the better version of him. Just a much better figure, really. Just oh my God. I feel like what I'm going to have to do is like buy another one of these, because, you know, like, shouldn't have to do that. Buy another one until I can get a body that works, and then just swap heads, because I'm pretty sure I lucked out for the most part getting a reasonable head. You know, he's got enough things to do the do 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 do. Ugh, whatever. Sorry, I'm clearly not in the best mood to be doing a review of these figures today, or maybe ever. I don't know, guys. I'm burned out and fed up with becoming poor and in debt over these figures and them just performing like this. It's just filth. It's filth.
Just a real quick thing with this. I was able to fix the arm problems that I was having with a little bit of cutting of the inside of the shoulder joint and adding oil and stuff like that. I was finally able to get it to T-pose the way I wanted it to with ease. So just want to bring up that point because you know, I was able to fix it, but it took some work. Shouldn't have to do that much work to get it to work. But overall, in the end, I was satisfied with the figure, and I do think it's one of the better figures out there in this wave.